Sam Claflin, the well-known actor who has built a successful career in Hollywood, has spoken candidly about the deep and persistent challenges he faces with body dysmorphia. Now in his late 30s, he has shared that this condition, which involves a distorted perception of one's own appearance, has been a significant part of his life for many years. It affects how he views himself, how he feels in his own skin, and even how he experiences his professional work on screen. During a revealing conversation on a popular podcast focused on mental health and personal well-being, Claflin opened up about the origins and ongoing impact of his body dysmorphia. He explained that the condition became particularly noticeable and troubling during his early years in the entertainment industry. The pressure to meet certain physical standards was immediate and intense. He recalled one of his very first major film experiences where he was unexpectedly required to perform shirtless scenes. The request came with little warning, just a week before filming, and it caught him completely off guard. At that time he hadn't been following an intense workout regimen, and the sudden demand left him feeling panicked and inadequate. He remembered thinking in a moment of stress that he simply wasn't prepared or physically ready for what was being asked of him. That moment marked his introduction to the harsh expectations of the industry, where appearance is often scrutinized as much as acting ability. It planted the seeds of insecurity that would grow over time into something more chronic and difficult to manage. Claflin traced the roots of his body dysmorphia back even further to his teenage years. He described going through puberty later than many of his peers, which left him feeling less developed, less attractive, and not as strong or masculine as he believed he should be. Those formative years shaped a negative self-image that lingered long after he had physically matured. Even as he gained recognition and success, those early feelings of not measuring up never fully disappeared. Despite starring in major films that have showcased him as a romantic lead and action-oriented character, Claflin admitted that he continues to grapple with profound insecurity. He shared a recent personal example. After attending a screening of one of his own films, he was asked by others how he felt about it. His honest response was that he hated watching it, not because of the story, direction, or performances around him, but because of his own face and body on the screen. He described it as a form of body dysmorphia that makes it nearly impossible for him to view himself objectively or positively. He emphasized that this isn't a fleeting or occasional feeling. Instead, it represents an everyday struggle that he deals with constantly. Claflin noted that he believes many men experience similar issues, though he feels his own case became particularly severe at times. The condition influences his daily habits and decisions in subtle but meaningful ways. For instance, he revealed that he sometimes skips breakfast entirely, especially if he ate a larger meal the previous evening. On those days he compensates by increasing his workout intensity, driven by an internal need to control his appearance and offset what he perceives as overindulgence. The actor also spoke about the broader emotional toll. He confessed to being heavily influenced by external opinions, whether people think he looks good, whether they view him as attractive, or even whether they see him as a kind and worthwhile person. That reliance on outside validation creates a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt that he finds exhausting. Fame and public visibility have only amplified these feelings rather than resolving them. The more exposure he receives, the more he becomes aware of perceived flaws, real or imagined. Claflin reflected on how his earlier roles often required him to appear in states of undress or to meet idealized standards of male attractiveness. Those experiences reinforced his insecurities instead of helping him overcome them. Even now, with years of success behind him, including roles that have earned him praise for his charisma and physical presence, he still finds himself uncomfortable in his own body. The disconnect between how others perceive him as a heartthrob and how he perceives himself remains stark. Throughout the discussion he stressed that body dysmorphia is not something he has conquered or left behind. It remains an active challenge, one that requires ongoing awareness and effort to manage. He described it as a real, persistent battle that affects his mental health on a regular basis. By sharing these details so openly, Claflin hoped to shed light on an issue that many people, particularly men, may feel pressured to keep hidden. His willingness to discuss skipping meals, overexercising as compensation, and hating his own reflection on screen highlights how deeply these issues can become embedded, even for someone who appears outwardly confident and successful. The conversation served as a reminder that fame does not immunize people from personal insecurities. If anything, the constant scrutiny of cameras, critics, and fans can intensify them. Claflin's story illustrates the long-term nature of body dysmorphia and the way it can intertwine with career demands, societal expectations, and personal history. He continues to navigate these feelings while maintaining a busy professional life, showing that vulnerability and strength can coexist. His honesty about an everyday struggle offers insight into the hidden battles many face behind polished public images.